Rosie? That's what you're used to. Yeah. Careful. My goodness. You're a mess. Go. Go. Oh. So yes, there really is a cow in our backyard. Will you stop? And her tongue is getting rough. You know, if you've ever had cows, you know their tongues are rough. And so we're on just a few days old. Let's see, we're on day 3 with her. So that means that she's 6 days old. And she's the cutest thing you ever saw. And there's a crazy story behind this that I'm gonna tell you today. For now, she just loves looking at me because, you know, that's what cows do. Isn't it? That's what cows do. Oh my goodness. She loves her rubs. No, go away. I had to put the fence between me and her because she is a calf still and she's very rambunctious, and with a pregnant baby, a pregnant belly of my own, I'm not really like wanting to do too much with her, but yeah. I know, you're just crazy. You're just so happy. Life is just so good to you, huh? So this is Rosie. She was born about 6 days ago, and on my grandfather's farm, which is Junior's great-grandfather's farm. She's happy as can be. She is a Black Angus cow, and she cracks me up. And so my grandfather has cows, obviously, and he raises his herd. You know, it's not one of those farms that adds cows every single year. He has really done a great job at raising his cows and having a good herd and keeping it closed. And so this is only the second calf, like in the last 20 years, that he's had a mama not take and have to bottle feed, rather than finding a surrogate or mama eventually taking the baby. And so he called us up on Sunday. He's like, listen, I have this calf that's 3 days old and I can't bottle feed her. My grandfather's getting much older. He's almost 90. And he's like, would Junior like to bottle feed her and take her home? And I'm thinking, no, because we only live on a half acre, and that is just a recipe for disaster. We cannot have a cow on a half acre. And so we thought about it, and Junior's really wanted the opportunity to bottle raise a cow of his own. And so we went ahead and said yes, not thinking it through very well. And we brought a cow home. So she's in this structure, which I will show you some clips of, and it only took Mark about 30 minutes or so, maybe 45, depending on, I don't really know. It felt like forever, but I know it wasn't forever. And he built 2 cow panels and some tarps, and he posts and wood, and then we utilized this doghouse that was here and just put a fence and some pallets across it so she can't get out. So she's really loving it. We put some straw down. She's got a constant supply of water and she's just enjoying her time in there, as you can see. So we are on a half acre, and it is a little crazy. She cannot stay here because we're on a half acre. And we went into this telling Junior that, you know, she had to go, like she couldn't stay forever. And so there are a couple different options for us. She has to stay here for at least 30 days for her to be weaned off milk. And so at that point she goes on grain, and I know everybody's like, grain, but this is a different situation. She'll go on grain, and we'll either move her to my in-laws' property. They have a larger property than we do, or Junior will sell her back to my grandfather if he's still wanting her back, which he made known that if he's still in the cattle business that he wants to buy her back from him. So he's getting a good lesson in farm animals aren't cheap, and oh my goodness, and you have to pay for everything, and it's going to cost at least $100 to $200 to even raise the poor thing, because milk supplement isn't cheap, and so it's all on him, money, chores, and everything. The only reason I'm doing the chores this morning is because he actually went to work with his dad today. I didn't mind it, if we're being honest. So there's a funny story behind this whole thing. Are you gonna lay beside me? Yeah? There's a funny story behind this whole thing. And the thing is, we didn't think it through very well. We went to get her, and we're like, what are we supposed to put her in? Because we don't have a trailer. And my grandfather just laughed. He's like, well, back in the old days when we didn't have a trailer, we put him in a feed sack. And I'm thinking, okay, she's gonna fit in a feed sack. Okay, so she must be pretty small. And we get there, and there's this huge calf, and I'm like, that's not a small calf. And somehow she was able to fit in a feed sack, and we tied her up in there, and she was just fine. And she fit in the back of our Tahoe, and we brought her home. But at that point, it was like, now we have to build a shelter. It was getting ready to storm. It was just disaster. So thankfully, Mark and Junior were able to get the shelter done and get everything set up, and she was happy, and she was safe, and she was warm all night long. So it's just been an interesting experience for us. And she's already very loved, and Junior's already very attached to her, and so I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to document over the next few weeks and keep you up to date with Rosie and how she's doing. And you can follow us on Instagram too. I'll link it down below because I have just overload of Rosie pictures going on that I plan on posting. And she's sweet as can be. She's very easy to take care of. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, you got to get up at the crack of dawn, blah, blah. She's very easy to take care of. We're feeding her twice a day, and I think we might get ready to introduce some hay to her. She wants so badly to lay beside me. Let me try to go in here. Are you gonna lay down now? See, her belly's full, so she gets really tired after her belly is full, and she lays down and she sleeps most of the day. I mean, she's very easy to take care of. She's a sweet little thing. You can see she's not as rambunctious anymore. She's wore herself out. And normally she will bed down right here where I am, right here in this area. And she's just sweet as can be. So, introducing Rosie. Rosie the cow is in our backyard, and we're crazy. We haven't officially lost our minds yet, but I'm starting to wonder if we're not on the way. You're gonna knock me over, aren't you? Ugh. What are you doing? Oh, I have no more milks. So introducing Rosie, we haven't quite lost our minds yet, but we're almost there cow. I've got a lot of videos coming up for you guys. I've been really busy. I've got some tomatoes started. We're gonna be getting the garden in soon. That was actually our plan this weekend, but we got a cow instead. And we are in the process of getting a lot of home renovations done. I also just had a recent doctor's midwife appointment, and everything turned out great. My gestational diabetes, I passed that. I was worried about that, but I am slightly anemic, so we are gonna combat that as naturally as possible. You know, it's hard walking up that hill when you're pregnant. Good grief. But more information on all that soon. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And we will talk to you soon. Happy homesteading.